Right, we can do this. Right, hey everyone, it's your boy, Seafoam Soldier.
And your girl, Sister Isis.
And welcome to... Oh, wait, we're playing that one. We can do this. Right, hey everyone. Oh no, sorry, we're watching ourselves over there. What a total fail. Yeah, welcome to Under the Palm Tree. No, Under the Palm Tree. Where?
It's that show not yours.
No, that's not a tagline. We should practice this.
Okay, what? Say it.
What, the whole tagline?
Just say it again.
Right, okay, guys, ignore that ever happened. No, because we can't. It's not the actual video. Guys, ignore that ever happened. Right, let's start again. Right, all right, everyone. It's your boy, Seafoam Soldier.
I hate you. And me, Yasmin, Sister Isis.
Welcome to Under the Palm Tree.
Where it's always shady.
There you go, yay!
I hate my life.
I know, right? Hashtag life goals. Right, okay. So, there's an episode, damn you. There's an episode of Drag Race that has just occurred, and we're here to talk about that episode and all things relating to it with you guys as a family. So,
what is happening?
Oh, okay. Disclaimer though, you can see behind us in that general area that we may or may not have consumed the bacon sandwich during the first 10 minutes of the show, meaning that my notes are extremely limited for that portion. So I had to write down, like, I tried to remember some stuff and I wrote it down, but I may have completely forgotten the beginning of the show due to my appalling memory issues.
In truth, it does go like bacon, Drag Race, everything else.
No, come on, bacon Drag Race on the same level, but I couldn't eat. Like, I was trying to like eat and write at the same time, but it was just not going well. Okay. So right, okay, let's start from the beginning then. So, welcome. Now come back in. There's text on the mirror from who left Charlie. I missed that part because I was too busy eating and like looking at the bacon I was consuming. But I'm assuming it was lame. Selfie mini challenge.
Selfie mini challenge.
That's better.
What do you think?
I thought it's good to have a mini challenge. First of all, I was excited to hear this mini challenge, and it proves they can do it. It was only like 3 minutes long, I think, of airtime, and it worked. Like I got what I needed from the mini challenge from that time. Yeah,
and it sort of pushes the story forward because then the winner can choose, can get some stuff, can choose and blah blah, and we get to see Pit Crew, which
who was Pit Crew? Who are they?
It was the same. It was.
I didn't go to high school with her. What? Apart from Jason.
Jason was there.
Yeah. And there was like a replacement for the guy from.
2 new ones. Yeah.
2 new ones. Oh, what? So why wasn't
one white dude
Bryce
and one really hot black dude.
Other dude there.
Oh my god, everything.
That was funny. Reese joke as well. That was his name. I can't remember it. I really liked it. That's way too hot. Yes. What do you think of the challenge? Who's your favourite? Any comments generally from the mini challenge?
You really like Aja, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I thought Aja was probably my favourite.
I liked.
Like she looked prettiest in the picture, and like it was like a picture you would see on like an Instagram. Whereas the others were like Alexis, who won. I felt like the composition of that photo wasn't good. It looked unnatural. Her hat was covering one of the people. I thought it was really bad.
Really? I don't know. I think it was all fine.
I mean, it's only a stupid little mini challenge. It's only a bit of fun, so it doesn't really matter. I wasn't mad at her winning or anything, but I did think Aja's was the best.
I was more focused on the Pit Crew.
Yeah. So what did you think about the? Did you actually have any thoughts on like the people's pictures?
The Pit Crew looked good.
They always dominate a picture. This Pit Crew.
I think there was one where they were like coming behind each other. I really like that one.
Who was it?
I think it was Shay.
Oh, okay. That rings a bell.
I just like when they come behind you.
I don't remember Cynthia's. Whose I thought Valentina was funny with like her shoulder thing.
I think Valentina is loosening up more. I really like her.
Yeah, I'm liking her more, definitely.
I knew it to get into it.
I've got a comment. Like I think we should talk about her more on Untucked though. Okay. I've got a comment to make about her behaviour on Untucked.
Okay.
Right. So if you guys have any comments on the mini challenge, let us know. We're reading what you said. Don't worry.
And who is your favourite Pit Crew?
You should say who's your favourite mini challenge contestant.
I don't care.
Yeah, who's your favourite Pit Crew as well? Yo Connor. Right, so main challenge. Let's talk about first off Alexis assigning everyone the roles. What did you think of what she did? Like the role she assigned?
I thought it was fine. I mean, she can't please everyone.
I thought shady.
Oh.
Like purposely shady.
Shade.
Well, yeah, it's similar to, was it Adore and Laganja on season 6, where like, was it Adore was saying golden girls, golden girls, golden girls, and Laganja's like
Honey Baby,
Tuck Dynasty or whatever. Honey Baby, that was it. And it's a bit like that. It's like Nina was like making her faults clear, I guess, if what she said was true. And I just felt like the roles were. I think Alexis is quite threatened by everyone else. I think her behaviour in Untucked sort of mirrored that, and I feel like she was like using it as a bit of a chance to have it out, like put the girls at a bit of a disadvantage. Like it's obvious. Like I wouldn't have put Nina as, say, Chloe, for example, or Peppermint as Brittany. Although Peppermint didn't end up killing it as Brittany, but what was your initial thought? Oh, Peppermint's going to kill it as Brittany, or was it like?
To be fair, like,
oh God,
Shay didn't ask to be Black China, so really she could have given it to Nina.
That's what exactly.
She was the only one who asked for it.
But I mean, like on a broader context, I feel like we do talk about like because obviously we do like Nina, and she like comments on our channel and stuff, and got a lot of love for that girl. But that's like not just Nina specifically, but on like the broader scale of things. Like I think Peppermint was probably the one that stood out most to me, and that like, why would you give Peppermint? I'd give Farrah Brittany, for example. Like, there's obvious choices you would make, and she didn't make any of the obvious choices. Like pretty much all of the people she assigned, I was surprised by the role she gave.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You know, I hadn't thought about that because I never expect people to be like so shady and like so fake.
Yeah.
I don't think she is.
I do. I really do think it was like a tactical move.
Do you think?
She's very I think it's down to her insecurity.
Called shade.
Like
shade.
Yeah, I do. What do you guys think? Comments sensing shade as well.
Shady shade.
Shady shade. Yeah, people agreeing. I think.
I can't read.
Alexis stirred the pot whether she wanted to or not. In Untucked, she did know though. Yeah, I know. Like that's the thing. I think because Alexis has been saying a lot of stuff like, I need to win, he's come out on top, like I'm drowning a little bit. Like she's very like, what's the word? Like fighting, like she's a fighter sort of thing.
She's very competitive.
Yeah, very competitive. She's a fighter. Like she's not happy just to be safe. Like she would do, what's the thing? Like, you know, you should always take out, like in All Stars 2 is a good example. Some contestants' mentality was take out your strongest opponents. That's what I feel like Alexis is like as well.
You think?
Definitely. By just the action of her, the role she assigned, for sure. And generally, like the way she like conducts herself and the things she says to people.
It was a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, so on to rehearsal for the challenge.
On to rehearsal.
So again, sorry, like I said, we're eating when this was on, so I might have missed some points. So if you guys remember anything that I haven't talked about.
People I was eating. I was not eating. Okay?
You're shoving down all the bacon like there's no tomorrow. Get a whole extra pig in here. So the rehearsal for the main challenge. Any comments? Any thoughts, feelings?
For the rehearsal, I got uncomfortable with Nina for sure.
Yeah.
I would have been frustrated. I definitely would have been frustrated.
That's something
it's like you can see she can't help it. It's just it gives me. Do you know what it gave me? Like Trinity K. Bonet. And I love
Trinity. You know what, I did a little bit.
But in the beginning, she kept being really like down on herself. And I think, I hope that's kind of what's going to happen. Nina's going to have a bit of a breakthrough.
I really hope so.
And a
really think so.
I think there's no reason why she wouldn't. Like,
I think she will.
It's like everyone is just like, go Nina. And I think, yeah, she's gonna turn shit around. I really hope she does.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But in the beginning with Trinity, I got so frustrated, and I got frustrated this time with Nina because she was just too hung up on the whole Black China thing, and but I do get it though, because like we said a minute ago, like I would not have assigned Chloe to Nina. Like I know, but then
there were like 5 roles I would have put. Like
shit is thrown at you in these episodes. And
exactly.
If it does as one queen once very wisely said, it's not RuPaul's best friend race.
Yeah.
People are gonna try to throw you down. You need to have the strength from within to say, okay, I didn't get the role I wanted, but I'm gonna turn this shit around.
Well, that's what we were talking about in the main challenge, but I actually thought she did really well in the main challenge.
I did too.
Yeah, I was really surprised that she was in the bottom.
Pulls through.
I was so worried. I wrote loads of notes being like, oh no, Nina, like what's going to happen? I was really worried about her, that she was like so defeated that I think one of the girls even said at the beginning of Untucked, like Nina she's ready to go home and this sort of stuff. Like I was really worried for that whole episode.
I did not think she would be at the bottom because I thought she
did really
that's
what I mean. But then when the actual main challenge happened, I was really pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, she's turning it out. Like I don't think she was necessarily the best person, but then I think maybe her role wasn't one of the best roles, so it's hard to. But she definitely outshined Cynthia. But we'll talk about that when we get to the main challenge.
Yeah.
Redix says Alexis is a mixture of Chanel and Roxy from season 5.
Alexis is what?
A mixture of Chanel and Roxy season 5 version.
Oh my god!
I'm sort of seeing that. I think that's a good. Yeah, exactly. That's a good shout.
Oh god.
But sorry, before the actual main challenge, like on the rehearsals, Cynthia's shirt, I'm not here for it. That's important to say.
You need to get over the cuckoo thing.
No,
it is what it is.
I can't. I feel like even Rue's over it because Rue was calling the Cynthia Alley, which is like something I like a lot more than the cuckoo things. I feel like even Rue stopped pandering to it at this point.
No, but she said Rue mentioned the cuckoo thing as well in the mini challenge. So let me guess.
Oh yeah, she didn't. She. Yeah. Right. Right, what main challenge? No, preparing for the main challenge in the workroom.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on that?
I felt bad for Eureka then as well during the prep because it's like Jesus Christ, how is she gonna pull this through? But
Eureka, yeah. So
yeah,
she seemed confident the whole time though, which I was impressed by. She didn't seem like defeated.
Oh, I do remember something from the preparing the rehearsal. So this guy gets introduced, this other guy who's there with Kendrick Lamar, this really cute guy, and I'm all there for him.
Oh yeah, and then like you never see him again.
You never see him again.
He just died. He gets like death dropped and died.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm thirsty as fuck, but like they introduced the guy. Oh, this is whatever, John McJohnson, and then he certainly did not look like a John McJohnson.
No, he didn't.
But and then he's giving me all the life with the hair and the cute face, and then boom, gone, ghosted.
Yeah, I agree. It was strange. I think he death dropped and just got like
he was gone faster than Lisa
rolled
Kudrow
off the edge of the stage. He was actually. He genuinely was. So I realised I was trying to read this long note. I was trying to subtly read it before, but on the Nina thing, right? What have I written? So, it's like, although it wasn't a good role for her, she still had a lead role, and she like. So, but I said maybe she's focusing on Alexis so that she has an excuse if she goes home, like self-doubt, because I had a really good point to make about this, but I think I've sort of like half forgotten it now. Because I think it's easier. It's easier option to take. Like instead of being like, fuck it, I'm going to turn this role out. If she's like, Alexis didn't give me the role I want. So if I go home, it's down to her sort of things. That way she doesn't have to like face her own like doubt.
Limitations, yeah.
Exactly. Not even limitations because she could do it if she wanted to. But I think instead of like the two options are like try your best and see what happens, but she would have turned it out. And the other option would be like sort of like in your head blame it all on someone else so that I don't have to like face like my own like demons and self-doubt and stuff. Yeah. Which again it's like what we've all been saying on the chat is like earlier on, sorry, I know we like come back to that old conversation but
it's a vicious cycle because the self-doubt thing does come from being treated poorly in the past by other queens, so it's difficult. I mean, I can't imagine like
wait, sorry, so I got you. Mev did not say no spoilers in here. Like you guys can message him separately, but we don't want to know who's going home next week. Sorry, continue.
Oh, I don't want to. Oh my god, I can't watch it.
I'm gonna make sure Mev don't say anything. Okay,
yeah, I'm saying like her self-doubt it had been triggered by people treating her badly in the past. Like
I get it.
Treating her badly in the past. So I think the fact that she asked for a part and didn't get it, it just triggered everything back. And
I totally get it.
But
I think that's where we're coming from. Like we're all sorry, trying to make sure Mev's not saying anything. But that's the thing, it's coming from frustration, I think, for us. Like I don't know any person I've ever like talked to in regards to Drag Race, and obviously we talked to a lot of people who isn't like a big fan of Nina and a massive supporter of her. So I think from all of us it's coming from a place of frustration. Like we know you could be epic. Well, you are epic most of the time. Like you just need to believe it and see yourself to like fully realize your potential.
I think there'll be a breakthrough.
I really hope so. I'm really hoping for Trinity K. Bonet storyline. I think I'm really I'm like hopefully it can happen. Yeah. Like either way, she's going to come off her show amazing, like have done amazingly well. But just I really hope she can reach her potential on the show. Yeah. Yeah. I know. We'll see what happens. So in the workroom, I thought it was really nice. Trinity went up to Eureka and apologized or something, right? What'd she say?
Trinity, that she was just saying she feels really bad about what happened to her, the injury and stuff, and she was just trying to like give us some support, and then like in saying, you know, you can go through this and blah blah blah, and that was nice.
Yeah, no, but then I thought it was interesting. I always pick because obviously they've given them the edit of like they hate each other, they're pageant rivals and all this stuff. So I thought it's really nice of her. Like Trinity is growing on me. I think for a lot of people as well, Trinity is really growing on them as the season progresses.
Yeah.
By the way, just a heads up, Nina, as I know she watches, everyone's like backing up in the chat as well. Everyone's saying the same thing. I thought it was interesting how it went from like Trinity being nice to Eureka, then maybe it's just where they edited it. But I don't think so, based on the staging, like stage of their makeup. Then Eureka went over to Sasha and Valentina and was like really nice to them. So like I just thought it was really sweet how it's like the literal saying, like one kind turn does another, whatever they're saying is. I can't actually remember the saying, but like that's like a really like obvious example of how that's the case. Like if you're nice to someone, that positive energy would carry on to other people as well. I'm like, oh, that's such a nice thing to see.
Oh, yeah, so cute.
That warmed my little heart. That did.
Oh my god.
But I thought I was really impressed with Eureka. Again, like I've never disliked Eureka. Like she's not been my favorite, but Eureka really grew on me this episode.
Yeah.
Again as well. I just thought she came across really well. Generally.
She did. Yeah, she did. And she, when the girls were talking about their issues as well, she just stepped back and just let them have the moment. And
yeah, exactly. Like we said before, she obviously has her own hang-ups with stuff around that subject, but she was happy to listen to everyone else.
Yeah.
And it was like shocking. Like how many of the contestants had suffered or continued to suffer with eating disorders.
Yeah, it's something it doesn't get talked about a lot, and it happens a lot in the gay community, as they said, and especially in the drag community, because there is this pressure on the beauty standards, and there's a lot of pressure regarding age and regarding weight, because it's you know, you're either the big queen and you own it, or then you have to kind of like be kind of obsessed about being a certain, you know, it's just I would think there's a lot of pressure there, and it happens a lot, and a lot of people don't talk about it because it's just a price for beauty, a price for looking fishy and blah blah blah, and I'm glad that they were sharing that, because it's important for people to take care of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I think it's pretty like universal, like, you know, especially people of our sort of age, and you know, like having issues about like their weight. I don't know anyone who doesn't struggle with like body image and stuff.
I don't.
That's a good point. Sorry, apart from you.
I am perfect.
All the lopsidedness. What am I saying? But I think especially as drag queens, like it's like obviously about image and about the way you portray yourself, and so obviously it's a lot more of a closer scrutiny sort of thing. And it's true. I was just thinking, as you're saying that, like you always talk about a queen's weight, don't you? Be like, she's like a curvy queen, or she's a big girl, or like it's just like every queen will talk about like refer to themselves as like some sort of like weight category for a drag queen at some point.
It's very look oriented.
Yeah,
and it must be difficult. Well, and Valentina came across as very vulnerable as well. See?
Yeah, no, I was impressed. I exactly as Connor's just said, like Valentina Eureka grew on me a lot this episode, like him as well, and I think for a lot of people, I guess, because like again, like it takes a lot. I'm always really impressed with shows like this when people open up in that way, because obviously like it's a room full of like big personalities, drag queens. And obviously, you know, millions of people are going to be watching it at home. So to be that sort of vulnerable and open yourself up in that way, like it takes a big person. And again, I think it's really good because it will help someone else.
Definitely.
Like, and there's nothing more I respect than that. Like, if you do something that's difficult for you to help other people.
Yeah.
I know. I was just really impressed with that. They grew like they have my respect for life for doing that. I don't know. And Eureka as well for like encouraging that. And because it's a shame. It would have been a shame if we hadn't have heard that. Was it last episode? Because Eureka never gave them a chance to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's big of Eureka to have gone up and allowed that sort of thing. And I listened and was nice and everything. So
definitely.
But what I did put, this is interesting, is compliment my own notes.
Yeah, that's well written.
Actually, first I'm going to publish this one. how was the Valentina allowed on the show with an eating disorder? Because I thought it had heavy psych tests.
What?
Like Valentina has an active eating disorder, which is quite a serious.
Well, she's sort of coming out of it.
No, she didn't say she was really. She just said like she's trying to force herself to eat.
No, she said still kind of battling a eating disorder, and she promised her mom that she would eat every day and blah blah blah, and she's trying.
That's what I mean. But like, I'm just surprised because I thought it had to have like rigorous psych evaluations to go on this show.
As if, have you seen the amount of crazy people they have in this show?
Yeah,
they had psycho evaluations. No one would get in.
The head was like, yeah, that's a very good point. I know, but I just thought it had to like legally, like, I don't know. It just seems strange to me that someone with like an active, quite serious health issue made it onto the show. I think it's dangerous. Like, I mean, even at that point,
she's in a healthier place.
I don't know. I don't think she really said that. I didn't really get that impression.
She looks healthy enough. I think she's in a healthier place.
Yeah, but you can't really say it was mental though. Like you can look healthy, but she could still not be eating right. It didn't sound like she necessarily was eating right.
Neither am I, but here I am. I am now. I'm doing great, guys.
Good job, yeah. I was proud of you. But and also at that point, I was thinking in terms of the producers of the show, like when you hear her say something like that, is it then your responsibility to then monitor what she eats more or something? Because I mean, again, like you're responsible for their health while they're on your show. So I mean, as a producer, that would be like a big red flag. Like hopefully they tried to support her in some way, maybe like got her a counselor, or I don't know, just like they didn't just let that go and just. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know what happens in the background, to be honest. There's been so many talks about, you know, like when the ganja was there, that she needed weed, like she has a prescription, but they didn't allow her to smoke weed, and that's why she had a breakdown. Like I've heard all kinds of shit. I don't know what goes on in the background. I mean, spoiler alert, Eureka leaves this week, and she was already with a crutch, and she was already feeling pain for a while. And suddenly they decide to send her home, like right at the end of the episode as well. I mean, it's all a bit convoluted. I love it, but
drama comes first.
Drama comes first.
Yeah, you're totally right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky one. If you guys have any like behind the scenes information for us, let us know, or comment down below if you're not watching live. So I'm just really interested by like how much responsibility they take and how much effort they put into that sort of stuff. And like I said, I think there's a lot of vulnerable people that go on the show, and I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know, they're treated with respect and stuff.
Of course they would.
I don't know. I thought it was really funny. I don't remember who made the joke, but I wrote down a joke. RuPaul's best. I think it's Sasha. RuPaul's best group therapy race. It is sort of like that at this point. I thought we're all here for it.
Main challenge.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, okay, but Ru comes down runway first.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? You always have really interesting thoughts on Ru. Oh, what about Ru's boy look actually? Because again, we're eating at this point, but I wrote down like we should talk about it.
I don't remember.
I remember a little bit. It's like a paisley, do you know, like paisley.
Yeah.
Like paisley sort of suit, like patterned and like pink, and there's a lot going on. I should go back to it. I do remember it in my head, but I don't have to describe it.
Unless he walks in with a gigantic hat, how he does, like he did, like.
Yeah, Butch Queen, the Butch Queen.
I don't really notice his suits. It's always on point.
Yeah, I liked it more of this week because I think normally he goes like for bold colours, but I like the pattern on this one.
Okay.
I was into it. But Ru's girl look, what you say? You go first.
I thought it looked fine. I really like the dress.
I really like that dress a lot as well.
I still think the makeup is not what it used to be, but it's good. It's a bit too strong on the they're doing this thing, like this new trend thing where you have the separated lashes, like quite strong separated lashes on the bottom, and I don't know, it's not really Ru's brand. It just looks too different for me. I don't know. I
wrote that she was looking quite severe, but also quite retro. Again, I wasn't necessarily mad at either thing, but like I quite like the variation in her look, that it does look different to before. But I think I agree with what we were all chatting about. I think we all said last week in that it's pretty bland. Like for Ru's looks, like it wasn't that exciting. The dress is pretty cool, but overall, like it's silhouette we've seen, the hair we've seen, the makeup was a bit different, but it wasn't like that interesting or anything.
Yeah, it's just it's good, but it's not.
Hold up, Connor. Connor's saying that he loves Ru's runway, potentially like is his best season so far for Ru. Is that what you're saying? Because if so, I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm leaning towards not happy.
Kind of way. No.
Yeah, no. Season 7 was the best by far.
Yeah.
Just saying. Right. So now the actual main challenge. Okay. So I've just written like notes as I noticed them. So the most obvious one throughout the whole thing for me was how Cynthia completely failed. So Cynthia. That's the thing. I'm quite harsh on Cynthia a lot. Like, again, it's just I just want to reiterate. Like, I know loads of people love her. She's just not my cup of tea personally. But like objectively, she did terribly as Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, it just wasn't. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't keep up with the Kardashians, and I don't really. I mean, I know, like I know because they're there. Okay, they're in the air all the time, but I don't really know any Kim mannerisms or anything like that. So it's hard for me to judge. But I don't think she's a crazy Latina lady.
I used to watch Kardashians, and I have actually watched Rob and China. Just saying. I know I've got a lot of issues I'm working through right now. That's why I'm not on Drag Race. No, like Kim is like very demure. Like she like purposely plays it coy. I think that's a like good description. She plays it coy a lot because like, I think like her actions are quite loud and quite over the top, but like her personality is quite like coy and like she'll sit back and she's not too vocal or outrageous. And as I think so, like I mean, so you don't have to know much about Kim Kardashian to know how off Cynthia was. I mean, she wasn't lip syncing at all in time. Her faces were the most annoying thing for me. It's like if you've seen one picture of Kim Kardashian, you can see that she never ever would pull a face like that.
The makeup was rough.
So everything was off.
Kim's makeup that I know, it's just always like
channeling a goldfish. David said.
It's just very like the contouring is like very blended and just very striking. It's a lot of makeup, but it's very like it's not that like harsh lines or anything like that. And the really Cynthia had this really black contour around here with like a white lipstick. It just didn't look right. Yeah. It wasn't right. No. And the lip sync was off.
But one thing I mean, obviously the judges, like she was lip syncing, so obviously she didn't do well. But I do strongly feel like this season the judges are nowhere near as harsh on her as they should be. Because like, I mean, if I was a judge, I'd be like, that was a total train wreck. And I feel like most people, how can you watch that and then not say that? Like, they weren't nice to her, but they weren't like as harsh as they could have been. And I feel like that's been the same all season since she's been back. I think maybe because of what happened last season with her health, they are like taking it a lot easier on her than they would some of the other contestants.
And that's fair enough.
No, I don't think it is. I think it'd be treated fairly. That everyone should be treated the same on that show.
She was still in the bottom, babe.
I know.
She doesn't need to be like brought down like
you know what I'm thinking in my head? Style. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like I know this is like again.
No one needs that.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I was just thinking like, how did Adore deserve that? Like compare Adore's performance to Cynthia's this episode. That's what I was thinking in my head. It's like Adore did decently that episode, and she got like slated, and Cynthia did like legitimately badly, and she didn't like compare those critiques.
What they would say is like, that's all stars. We're gonna judge harshly.
But I think part of the reason as well, she's been on she's the second season she's been on, so I feel like in a way she should be judged more harshly because she's had a lot more experience than the other girls, which puts her at an advantage. Does that make sense?
I think she doesn't. They don't need to like freaking go in on her. She's so nice and she's charming. And
yeah, she is. But such Adore. I love you, Adore. Caitlyn, I think we chatted about this last week. It's obvious Caitlyn was not going to be the musical.
Who?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh yeah, shit.
I was thinking, I was really hoping when they were signing roles that Caitlyn was going to come up, but I knew she wouldn't because of the controversy with RuPaul's Drag Race and trans people.
Oh.
Because I wouldn't have, because obviously you guys saw the nature of the musical, like it was very tongue in cheek, very like comical. I couldn't have put Caitlyn in it because of, like I said, the show's been under scrutiny for the way they treat trans people and their views and stuff.
That's fair enough.
So they couldn't. It would have been like terrible for the show for them to have done that. I don't think they could have done it in any way. It either would have been too bland to have been in there, or it would have like come across in a bad way to a group of people, and it would have put a bad spotlight on the show.
Yeah.
So it was smart not to include her. It was a shame, but it was smart not to include her.
Mm-hmm.
So Peppermint was killing it. It's Brittany.
Did well, yeah.
Thought it was really good. Really enjoyed watching her.
I really like it.
Oh, okay. Alexa's killing it, but I put like a massive arrow next to it because I kept like loads of arrows. Because I kept like every time the camera cuts, I'm like, you're killing it. Like you are Kris Jenner.
Amazing.
Yeah, like she's spot on, and like the way she was acting when she wasn't even like on camera, wasn't like in the spotlight. She was still like playing it up to a T sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the sort of thing, Kris Jenner is quite manic, so like a sort of thing she would be doing. I think Todrick's like, you're spot on for Kris Jenner, and she was.
Yeah, no, she made a great choice to choose Kris Jenner, and she did really well. Like that's how I kind of imagine Kris Jenner to be like soccer mom or like pageant mom, and just be like manic and like I want to be one of the girls, but I also want to like get my girls on the spotlight. She did so perfectly. Yeah, I thought. But she comes from she has experience with musical theatre, so I'd expect her to do well.
Yeah, that role suited her character perfectly. But again, this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like if say Nina was assigning the roles, if I was assigning the roles, I would immediately think Alexis would be Chris. That's what I mean. And I would put those two together. Like it's obvious. I knew as soon as she's like, I'm going to be Chris, that she was going to do well because it just like suits her to a T.
It does.
And that's what I mean. But whereas it's a bit of a shame that like it's lucky I suppose she won a mini challenge, because if she hadn't have got that role, I don't know how she would have done. Like imagine giving her say Courtney or Chloe, which is what she effectively did to other people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Shade. Just
saying. I put Nina's killing it as well. I thought she was the best sister.
Yeah.
But then again, if Cynthia's your competition, and who was Courtney? I can't remember Courtney.
Aja.
Forgettable.
I thought she did okay.
I thought she did alright, but like she didn't. I thought out of the three sisters, Nina was the best one.
Okay, no, I agree.
Okay, I'm sorry, Nina. You know I love you, but Shay slayed it as Black. Like that was amazing.
She was so good.
Well, I think Nina would have done awesome, but like I don't know if she would have done better than Shay. Like.
That was good.
I was super impressed. I want to watch it. As soon as I finished watching it, as soon as I saw a Garfish come out, I want to watch it again right away. I thought it's so funny, like so well done, like perfectly lip sync, like just 10 out of 10s across the board.
Yeah, and she had like 30 seconds and she slayed, didn't miss a word, didn't miss a beat, how do you say like when you remember someone? Memorable.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I was reading the comments. So because that's interesting. I think Connor's saying that it's because Caitlyn was backing Trump that they didn't include her on the show. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I don't think they would have like.
Did she back Trump?
Take it down to that level. No, she didn't. Actually, she did. From what I remember, because I actually followed Caitlyn quite a bit, so I'm really interested in like trans people and topics and politics and stuff. Is that she never backed Trump, as far as I'm aware, but she backs that party heavily with Republicans. But I think she said like she wasn't really a fan of Trump, but that was a party. But she still backed the party.
Okay.
From what I remember. So I suppose that's sort of the same as backing Trump. But I don't think she's ever like Trump's my number one fave. But yeah. I wrote down Eureka won't be able to lip sync the challenge.
But
she's some crutches. Eureka. No, as in like, and if she was up for elimination, she wouldn't be able to lip sync.
Oh right, to lip sync for her life. Yeah. But she did okay.
She's okay. Like. But again, I don't know, like it's a difficult one. I feel like maybe you're right what you said. She probably should have gone home before this episode if she was that bad, because like what can you do? You can't really judge her in comparison to anyone else because she didn't have anywhere near the same opportunities as everyone else because she couldn't move.
That's the thing. Like she shouldn't have been in the challenge, really. Like they knew that it would be a musical challenge when people had to move about.
Yeah.
Surely those doctor results would have been the same before.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, she had the crutches at the beginning of the episode, so she obviously been evaluated. But something's like, obviously, I thought Eureka was a bit boring, etc. Like, but then obviously you can't say put her on the bottom because she was at a massive disadvantage.
I think she deserved to be safe, anyways.
You think?
I thought so.
Yeah. Luca, about Kate, that was all like she's changed a lot of views significantly since that point. That was years ago. So again, I don't think it would have been necessarily all that stuff that kept her off the show. I think it was, again, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing it's more the stuff I was saying about like. Treating eggshells around trans topics, based on like previous like criticism.
Yeah.
So that's all nice to write down for the main challenge. Anything else you noticed? Anything else you wanted to say about any other queens or anything? What did you think about interest? I didn't write anything down. But what did you think of Farrah's performance? Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I thought it was very, very bland, but to me, I thought, like maybe she's doing bland because Kyle or whatever the fuck that was. Kylie is very bland. I mean, these people really don't have much of a personality.
That's actually completely true.
But like, it's fine. She should have like brought some props and done something
exaggerated more. But I think she's being too real as Kylie, because you're right. Kylie is quite like that in real life.
Exactly.
But she should have exaggerated her.
There's nothing to them.
Yeah.
Like, they're just pretty. And that's it.
That's true. That's the thing. That's what I was saying about Kim. Like, most of them are quite like demure and like coy, because they're like trying to think about how I look the whole time, and like the poses and the lighting, and so because of that they're not very animated or like.
I think Chloe's probably like the biggest personality there.
I always like Chloe.
I only know Chloe because she's been on Drag Race, and she seems like she's quite outspoken and like,
she was why I watched the show back in the day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm there for her.
Yeah, so I've always liked her. Yeah. So anything else you want to say on challenge story?
No.
Okay. Right. Okay. So the runway was super quick, so I didn't actually write many notes. We're going to try and see if we could find the full version of runway, but Mev was saying it's not up. So,
any particular looks that you liked a lot?
Yes. Okay. I think we both agree with this. We both said it. But Trinity's look, loved it. Killed it. It's giving me Detox All Stars too.
Really?
No, that's sort of like editorial, like
it gave me more Raja in season 3 when she dressed up as like a sort of Native American as well, but without the fur. But then. Yeah, I think that's so sexy.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was like really well executed. Again, it looked like a lot went into it, and for her to have it that polished sort of thing, I was really impressed with it. I guess it had less time for runway because it wasn't like a main challenge runway.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed that she managed to like do that whole look in that time.
Yeah.
Actually, I wrote down basically just looking at my notes here, and I didn't get time to write a lot of notes per person. But I think I just really liked the runway generally this episode.
Yeah,
I thought all the looks on the whole were great. I didn't think. There are a couple I wasn't like a massive fan of, but on the whole, I thought they all did really well.
They all did really, really well. I liked most of the looks, and I thought that all of them were really like interesting and nice. I would say my least favorites were Peppermint and
Eureka.
No, I agree with what's her face, Alexis being basic. She was pretty basic.
Yeah, I agree as well.
And I didn't like Peppermint's.
What was Cynthia's? I don't remember Cynthia's.
Look. Cynthia, she had
the big massive thing that didn't look great.
Dress.
I think this is something that we've all said before, but I feel like she doesn't like fit stuff to her body well. Like, she seemed engulfed by that dress to me.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I liked the reveal when it happened.
Yeah, I like that as well.
But then I didn't see the actual dress until she came back to the runway, and I was like, oh, that's not that nice. I thought like her face really looked really beautiful actually, but and I liked it just with the coat and stuff, and I liked when she did the reveal like, you know, backwards, but then when she turned around I was like, that's an ugly dress. Yeah, and like when you looked at her more like an Untucked and stuff, like the longer I spent seeing it, the less I liked it. Yeah,
it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't. That's the thing, I don't think anyone was that terrible with this runway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who was your guys' favorite, just out of interest? And I've had a good note for Shays I wrote down later on, is that, you know, I think one of James Mansfield, so I'm bringing her back, like key looks that she's pretty proud of is a look that looked really similar to Shay's one she's wearing, but Shay's looked a million times better. I think James made it herself and stuff, so that's all cool and everything.
Shays.
But I think it just demonstrates like how much of a different level she was on compared to the other contestants.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the looks are very similar. Like, that's like a massive crux, that looks for James, from what I can see.
Yeah.
And like Shay just whipped it out like it was nothing and like executed it amazingly.
Insane.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Love the wig. Love the whole color palette. Amazing.
Yeah. I think a lot of people. Shay's was your favorite look. Interesting. I want to watch the runway again because I did like all the looks. Yeah, one thing I didn't know, actually, I think I put it on the next page, but I noticed on the runway, Farrah's face didn't look great to me, and the more I looked at it, I realised it looked a lot lighter than her body. For some reason, it's a couple of shades lighter, but then bizarrely, in Untucked, she looked completely fine. Like, her makeup looked really good in Untucked.
It's the fucking highlighter. Didn't you hear?
No, but it wasn't the highlight parts. It was a whole face.
Because she highlights the whole face.
It was so white. But if you look at her face and like look at her neck and arms, like it was like 2 shades lighter.
She needs to contour that shit better.
But in Untucked, it looked great though. Like, it matched perfectly. I was watching it. So after I noticed it on the main stage, I was watching her like a hawk in Untucked.
The lighting is different, and the highlighter comes across a lot stronger in the main stage. And because she uses so much of it, it's starting to kind of upstage the contouring.
Exactly.
Like
she
face is way too round right now.
Exactly. That's what I was getting as well. But then on Untucked, it looked really good, which is the weird thing.
Because the lighting is different.
How can you? But then, like, how as a drag queen, are you supposed to like paint for like 10 different types of lighting, like workroom lighting, runway lighting, Untucked lighting? Like, it must be a nightmare.
You need to paint for the runway because that's where you're gonna get critiqued.
Yeah,
that's where you need to paint for.
I wonder. It'd be interesting to know if you guys see as well if Farrah watches it back and what she thinks of it.
Yeah,
if she notices.
Oh man, I could never look at myself on TV.
I know.
I can't even watch these videos.
Why would we watch it? We'll just talk, like we know what we said.
Yeah, exactly.
Nina and Trinity had the best runway personality. Yeah, I agree. Nice one, Hayden. Yeah. I really like Nina's look as well.
I liked Sasha's runway.
What was Sasha's? I think I read that I liked it, but I can't remember what it was.
It was the fur pants. Like red fur
very cool.
pants.
I thought it was interesting to put next to Trinity's. I thought her look was quite similar to Trinity's in terms of like being quite out of the box and like. Maybe I don't remember her off the top of my head.
It's like a Russian.
I thought it was quite.
And she did the steps, the Russian steps.
Yeah, I liked her freckles as well.
Sasha's freckles?
Yeah, she had freckles painted on.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they look good. So is that all the looks?
We're good for looks.
Cool.
Do you agree with the judges?
On the whole, yes, I'd say. Apart from, I think we sort of talked about that before. Like, mostly I do, but there are a few little things I didn't necessarily agree with.
Do you agree with the winner?
Shay.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Really good.
It's really good. I think Alexis did really well, but you know, when it came down to the looks, Shay was just better. And
so that's the thing. I say, okay, Alexis killed it, but Shay slayed.
Okay,
right?
Sure, if that makes sense to you.
You guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought I was fine with that. But I do agree. We'll talk about it in a bit. But I do agree with. I can completely see where Alexis was coming from with her frustration about her outfit, making her lose a challenge. I don't necessarily doubt. Like if she'd killed the outfit as well, I think it would have been really difficult to choose who won actually between Shay and Alexis.
Yeah, but that's no one else's responsibility but her.
I completely agree. We'll talk about it more on Untucked, I guess.
Yeah.
So critiques. So yeah, sorry, we're talking about critiques. So yeah, I thought Ru hit the nail on the head with Nina. So again, it's something we've all been saying. So it's not we chatted about it already, but you know, Ru put it perfectly, and I really hope she takes. One thing I can say about Nina as well is like I feel like when people talk to her about this sort of stuff, and again, Untucked, who chatted to her on Untucked, Valentina, or was it
Shay?
It was Shay. I feel like she doesn't really take it in properly. I think due to self-doubt again. I feel like she's not absorbing what people are saying. So I really hope she does listen to like Ru and Shay and like gets out of her shell, like becomes more confident in herself.
Yeah.
I really hope she does. But to me, it sounds like she's not, like the way she responds to it.
I think it's just her face.
No, it's the way she says it as well. Like she doesn't sound like she believes it. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
I'm wrong. I don't know. Well, Nina, if you're watching, you can tell us whether it made an impact on you or not.
Did you listen?
Did you listen? Did you absorb it? She listened, but did she absorb it? That's what I'm asking.
You absorbed it, but did you poop it out?
Did you what?
Did you poop it out?
Poop it out? What is wrong with you?
I don't know. You're talking about absorption.
No, watch it anymore. Oh,
okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's another stream ruined. Thank you very much. Ru, she's so. Oh yeah, Ru said she's so charming about someone. Cynthia. Oh, and then Carson's face, like he had like it's like she said exactly. It was really funny. That should be like a GIF, like on Giphy or meme or something like that. You guys go back and watch it. It was really funny.
Really?
Exactly. It was like his face was hilarious. Okay, so I think that's it. So talk about Untucked, then come back to lip sync.
Yes.
Do you want to or go talk about lip sync first?
No, let's leave Untucked for the end today. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's your fucking show.
Sorry, I'm just reading comments as well because we've got a lot of comments. Cheers, guys, for getting so involved. Hayden saying, I agree. Hayden saying that he's watched Nina on Instagram. She still seems quite reserved. That's the impression I get from her still these days as well. That's something, but you can be a reserved person, I guess. Like, no, not everyone has to be like flamboyant and out there, like
absolutely not
overly extrovert or anything. But it's just like whether she has the confidence in her craft. I think it's more about that as opposed to like being loud and aware. She doesn't have to be a typical drag queen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I ain't asking that for my Nina.
Nina.
Okay, go on. What do you want to say? Like, that's an interesting thing. What do you want to say about Meghan Trainor's outfit, comma?
Oh my god.
What do you think about it? Everyone's booting it in the chat.
It's a boot.
It's a boot. It is a solid boot from me.
It's a solid boot. Michelle though is a toot.
Oh my god, I loved Michelle's look. She was selling me that complete fan. I don't know what fantasy it was she was selling me, but I bought it.
I bought it, took it home.
Throughout the receipt.
Spat
on that damn receipt. But like again, this is probably like biased, but I've just never liked Meghan Trainor. I've always found her a little bit annoying. So
I don't know her well enough, but apparently everybody hates her.
Do they? I don't know. I thought it was just me.
Yeah, everybody fucking hates her.
I thought everyone loved her.
And I'm like, I don't know this.
Do you know what? It was my initial. People can hate me for this opinion, but I think I made myself very clear on it before. But I used to dislike Gaga a lot. So I don't like the whole attention-seeking thing for the sake of it. Like when Gaga first came out, like all the crazy outfits and stuff. To me, it just read as like attention-seeking. And like the outfit, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Meghan Trainor comes across to me as well. And this outfit she wore this episode like perfectly illustrated it to me. It was just like attention seeking to me.
It's who she is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like again, it's just a personal opinion. People love Meghan Trainor.
The difference is
just not for me.
Meghan Trainor is much more basic. Come on. Like,
show Meghan Trainor the door. Maybe she should have been eliminated.
The thing is, she seemed like a nice enough person. It's just
Meghan Trainor. God, you guys are going to town. I thought it was just me who disliked her. You guys are going in.
Oh my god!
I think people do love her. I'm sure. Like the thing is, I guess I don't know who her fan base is, but I guess like her fan base are going to like that sort of outfit. I don't know. She's obviously doing well, so someone's got to be into it.
I heard the internet hates her.
I'm interested by that. I'm surprised by that. I might look into it.
I think she said something about weight or something. I don't know.
Oh, did she?
I don't know.
You're getting her and Lena Dunham confused.
No, absolutely not. I know who Lena Dunham is.
Okay.
And I actually like Lena.
Do you? Interesting. Okay. So Untucked then.
I don't like her. I don't know her, but I like her writing.
What? Lena's?
Yeah, I think she's a talented.
Well, she's been really controversial. She said like stuff against.
Yeah, but I don't follow that shit. I think
she's apologized for it. So whatever. I'm like pretty. I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion. TBH. Right. So, Untucked.
I've written. Well comfortable up in here.
Lena's breaking down. Oh, so all of that's about. Or should we talk about? Okay, we'll come back to like the lip sync and runway and stuff. So the first thing I noticed in Untucked was Valentina's hairline.
Was that the first thing?
Yeah, it's proper dodge.
It was not dodge.
Close up, it was really dodgy. Like her hairline was like here, and like she had like just below, like an inch below, like I think it was net. What's it called?
It's a lace.
Lace, yeah.
It's hard to hide it. I wasn't mad at it. It was still glued.
Was it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Was that just me? I'm just like, what's going on there? Like that's not a good. That is not a biological hairline.
Neither is yours.
And then on Valentina's, as we're on the Valentina train, why did she initiate Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? I wrote down, is she malfunctioning? Is it like maybe she was like?
I love it. I love when she malfunctions. She was.
Yeah,
really
I was
cute.
into it. It was just so random, which I liked. But I'm thinking like. Maybe I've got an actual like theory, which I'm pretty sure is real, which is that I think she was originally programmed as like a nursery school robot, like classroom assistant, and then she was repurposed years later as like a beautiful drag queen to dominate RuPaul's Drag Race. And I feel like some of her programming is reverting, like she's malfunctioning and like reverting back to previous programming. And she like thought she's in the classroom for a minute, and then she just went back. She's like, oh shit! She's like, oh, it's fine. Everyone's seen it. It's fine. Let's ride it out. Beyonce, Mariah Carey moment. I think they pulled it. So I think as the show continues, like we will see more and more like evidence that she used to be a nursery school teacher.
Oh my god, kids!
Exactly, that's it. I mean, Queen's girls. Yeah.
Oh, I love her. I love her malfunctionings. I love her. I
think
she's so fucking weird. She gives me her behavior is just. Comes across a lot older than she is, and that's why I think it's so adorable, because she gives me like one of my crazy aunts from Brazil sometimes, and it's just like, oh, Valentina, you're cute.
And I'm warming up to a lot more. I thought when Farrah came back, had the breakdown after being on the runway. I was like, I know I got a soft spot for Farrah. Again, I think like I'm too nice to her.
I don't think it's a soft spot. I think it's a hard boner.
I'm not gonna lie, but I thought she was really sweet. Like she like broke down, but I thought she was really sweet when she did, and she was like funny as well.
Yeah.
About it, like she said like the highlighter line and stuff. Like I've never been told my highlighter's too strong before. And she's like mid breakdown. I was like, oh, you're sweet. And she said the highlight line. I'm like, that's really funny. Like it's the perfect time to have said that line.
I know. You can't help but like endear to her because she's just so adorable. She just moans.
Yeah,
that's what she does.
Yeah, she does. Moans. Yeah, she thinks she moans like sexually, but I was like, you know what? I don't have boner for her anymore. Like when I first saw her, I was like fully aroused, but now it's gone. Like she's just too sweet. Like she's not like sexy to me anymore. She's more like
a child.
Yeah, like too like I want to give her a cuddle
but not
now.
In a sexy way.
I want to give her a cuddle, but not in a naked way anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like a partially clothed cuddle. You know, that's where I'm out of her. Bottoms it could change. It could change. That's where I'm out of her.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms off. Idiot. God, you could, right. So Alexis, you called people over, and like this is like the season of people calling people over.
This is my moment.
That's what we're gonna start. We should start every stream. Like, guys, come over and like stop what you're doing.
Like, what the fuck were you doing when I was getting dressed?
Exactly. She's like, she started as well. She's like, guys, let's stop what you're doing. She's like, first, I really need to practice for this. I think I'm going to go home. She's like, no.
I'm
Let's talk about my outfit. Yeah, exactly.
Like, excuse me, the girl's about to go home. She needs to practice her lyrics. And you're too bothered about the fact that you were on the top, but you might not win. Yeah. Like, how fucking selfish can you be?
Yeah, it really pissed me off. Really
pissed me off.
What do you guys think about this? Alexis is the one I had high hopes for, and it's opposite to who's growing on me. Who does say what's going on me earlier? Like Trinity and people. It's like Farrah's the opposite. No, it's not Farrah. Who are we talking about? Alexis is the opposite for me. Like every episode, she's going down in my estimations.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck she was trying there.
No,
she's just getting frustrated because she doesn't win. But like, May, have some sympathy. Like, have some. I don't know. Have some decency and choose your own fucking outfit and be responsible for your own clothes. What the hell?
And I get also what pissed me off as well. I felt like she was taking responsibility for other people's victories because she might have just been like, "Oh, girl, I don't like that like wig or whatever it was," and then like she's like, "Oh, you won because of me." That's the impression I got. Like she was saying.
It's just like, "Oh, I helped you, so you should have helped me." Like that's not how it works, bitch. If you don't want to help, just don't help.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just help
expect
people.
Something in return.
Yeah, and expect something in return.
Yeah.
Like, it's just if I had no time for her. At all.
And I was thinking, and Farrah like was handled it really well. Farrah handled it really. She's like, look, I really do need to kind of like practice my songs and don't go home. And she's like, no, I'm not finished. Like, like.
And she had already even said to her, like, I thought your dress was good. Like,
yeah, she said a piece, like, and like Alexa's got her point across. I don't know, she's like it a lot. She dominates the room a lot, and like, but then what she says is shit. Like she'd be like, hold up, this is like who I think is in the top 3, me and these other 2 bitches. Right, everyone go back to what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's like she keeps like trying to command attention to say like really stupid things. She really
did come across like a crazy bitch.
Yeah,
this time. I'm sorry, and it does make me think like she is more strategic than we think. Yeah, and like every time she's been nice, it's just so she can be portrayed as nice.
It makes her seem disingenuous.
Yeah,
which might not necessarily be the case. You know, I think she probably is nice generally. I think she's just like in these sort of situations, she doesn't come across. I don't know. I'm giving her the benefit of doubt with that stuff. I don't think she. I think like looking back, she's like. I don't think at the time she was like, I'm doing this because she should help me or anything, but I don't know. She's making herself look bad, basically.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
She's frustrated, but sorry, ma'am, you came across like a crazy lady.
Yeah, true. But on the other hand, it gave like Nina's reaction was everything. Do you remember?
Oh my god.
She just turned around.
This is Nina on Untucked.
Yeah. But let's recreate the scene. Let's face the other way a sec. Face the other way a sec. Let's recreate the scene.
Oh my god. I can't.
Right. What? Look at this outfit. I could have won the challenge. It wasn't for this outfit. I should have some rhinestones on it. Guys. I should have been in top. I was going to win the challenge. Yeah. I know. It was amazing. That's what Nina. She liked her face as well. Just like fully over it. Like
it was so over it. Oh my god.
It wasn't like I thought it was so funny. Yeah. Right. So.
Oh, got rolls all over my back.
Okay. One thing I thought was really interesting. Was it like Nina? And again, this relates to like a note for the lip sync. But why did Nina clean her face? The tear.
Because it's sexy.
No, it's not sexy. I think it goes back to everything we were saying before about her being defeated. And she's like, I'm like defeated. Like, I feel like if you're like going out fighting, like I've got this bitch, I'm gonna win. You'd like tidy yourself up and be like polished and give it your best. But I feel like she's just like, again, I think it's like the excuse thing, so she could like take less of a blame if she did end up going home, because she's like, oh well, the makeup was fucked. Oh, well, I didn't get the character I wanted. And, do you know what I mean? Like again, I mean this all in like a nice way, relating it back to what I said before.
I think you're overthinking it, because I think like she just didn't think about it.
Like she's looking in the mirror at herself at the end when like everyone was talking to her. She didn't wipe like. I thought it was really strange she didn't wipe it off. I thought it was like a purpose.
Victimizing?
Yeah. Like herself.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'll be interested to know what you guys think about that. And my last note on Untucked, again, like interject to anything if there's anything I've missed. Not that. Is I like that Farrah went outside to like properly feel her oats. Like she knew that camera was there and she was like giving it her all. Like
to be
she was
fair,
loving
like
life.
these 4 girls having to lip sync to that dead ass song.
What song was it? Oh yeah, that wasn't a great song. Yeah.
Rubbish.
Well, let's go on to lip sync game.
Let's go into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, you give your thoughts first.
Those panties. Just Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I wrote down no Cynthia again for the second time on my notes.
I think
when she started stripping.
We disagree, because I think Cynthia still brought it more than Farrah, but goddamn those panties, Cynthia! Jesus Christ!
I thought she looked like, why did she? It's a drag trope that really annoys me when they like strip down to try and like make it the performance seem better than it was.
She had to strip down from that fucking gown, because otherwise she couldn't move. She had to.
Make it work into the performance. That would have been more impressive to me if she like unbuttoned it and like worked into the performance a little bit.
There's no buttons, babe. She had to stick it off.
I thought it was buttoned down the middle.
No.
Was it not?
No.
Okay. All right, fair. But she looked terrible. Then she should have thought about that. Then I worn something underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? If there's like some sort of reveal, that would have been good.
Yeah.
But she just looked appalling.
She just didn't prepare.
Yeah, exactly. And like that was, I don't know, that wasn't good. And yeah, but overall, it's interesting. Again, let us know what you think. But I felt Farrah's performance was better than Cynthia's, but you don't agree.
I don't agree. I think it's a bit lackluster.
Commas agree with me. Farrah stole the song. Stole the. Oh, sorry, commas keep going. Stole the song. Because for me, like Farrah was giving like a sexy twist, and like I was buying it. Like she was doing it a bit more sultry, whereas Cynthia was going like a bit mental with it. And maybe because we've seen Cynthia so many times before. I don't think we've seen Farrah. Have you seen Farrah lip sync before?
No.
That's what I mean. So it was new. Maybe because it was just fresher for me. Like I was a lot more interested watching Farrah than I was Cynthia. And when I was looking over to Cynthia, I'm like, I've seen this 100. I like Cynthia's like I've seen it 100 times now. No offense, but whereas I know it's like what you expect Cynthia to do, and Farrah's was just like more enjoyable to watch for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you guys let us know what you think. Oh, okay. And in the end, when they stopped it all, like the guy walked in front of the panel at the end, wrote down fully shook. And then you said, oh no, is Nina going to go? Because we couldn't see. And then like, oh no, what Eureka? And then we were both looking at like the contestants at the back and we couldn't see either of them.
Yeah.
I was like terrified for a minute. I'm like, oh no, Nina. And then like, and then I couldn't see Eureka either. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like,
I was freaking out.
And then it turned out they were both there anyway.
Because I thought someone asked to leave.
Yes, exactly. So it could have been Nina. Because everyone was saying at the beginning of Untucked as well, like Nina's had it, she wants to go home and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I thought it was Nina for a second, and then I thought maybe Eureka asked to go home.
Yeah.
But for it to be like a doctor note, I mean, I know it's a reality show, but it does frustrate a little bit. Like, come on, how dumb do you think we are? Like in the middle of the thing, like, oh yes, we just got a doctor's note.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
This is not.
I know.
Worse than Willem.
I know. Yeah, true. But it's interesting. I feel like I don't blame Eureka for not being mad. Like she's in a great position now.
Yeah.
She's gonna get all the bookings. Like she's a hot season 9 queen and she's coming back for season 10. So like she is going to be fully booked for like the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's got a massive advantage, just like Cynthia had for season 9, because she had like so much experience with season 8. Eureka's gonna have a massive advantage for season 10 as well. I don't like this. I don't like these girls who have had a lot of experiences from like literally the season prior coming back for next season.
Yeah.
I just don't like that like mechanic. If I was one of the other contestants, I'd be pissed off.
Unless it's all stars.
Because like, you know, exactly, that's what I'm saying. But you know, like how exactly, but you know how well, like literally all the All Stars contestants say, like it's a massive advantage coming back. Like it's a completely different experience. Like I've approached it all differently. Like I know what's going on. I feel a lot more comfortable, etc., etc., etc. So I feel like it's frustrating that like Cynthia and Eureka have all that, and all the other contestants don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. But again, like I think it's fair. Like Eureka couldn't continue; she should come back. Like, I'm not saying it was a wrong decision to make.
No.
I'm just saying like it just seems like every single season, or like it's becoming a pattern. Like for these seasons, that like one of the contestants has done half another season before.
Well, to be fair, what's her face? Hallelujah. She got eliminated in the first episode of the season.
But that's different if you get eliminated from the first episode. It's very different, like being in half a season.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Hallelujah. Bring back Shanji. Shanji I'll be down for. Again, like if it's been a few seasons, I'm fine. Bring back whoever you want from like 2 or 3 seasons ago. But if it's like literally a season before, just pisses me off a little bit. But I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to have done. Just how I feel. I put, why is Farrah breaking down when they said Eureka's going to go home? Like Farrah properly broke down.
I thought she was just sad.
That sad though.
Yeah.
Like she fully lost it. Like someone had died.
It was all very emotional. Okay.
Was it? Were you emotional?
I was sad. I got sad for her. Like to go that far and like be told that you can't continue is something that you can't even control. I mean, obviously, absolutely, she should go home. Like
she does cry for everything. That is true.
But I was like, oh, that's so sad. You worked so hard. You worked so hard. You fucking broke your knee.
Yeah.
Grant was not there for it at all. He was like, she fat, she gotta go.
Yeah, I think she'd go. I think she, like I said, she grew with me a lot actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in the next season, genuinely. But I thought Farrah's reaction was funny to watch. Gonna do what I've talked about already, and I put Cynthia. Oh yeah, because like the thing that did suck about this whole thing is Cynthia would have gone. I think I'm sure she would have gone. So. And now we've got to, she's got to stay in the show, and that's frustrating for me.
I swear to God, I think they would have sent.
You think they would have sent Farrah home? No.
What do you guys think?
No. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, let us know what you think. We're Cynthia or Farrah have gone home. No, I feel like they know Cynthia's not going to go much further.
Yeah.
Whereas Farrah could potentially step up her pussy.
I don't know.
I think she could. Like she wants it. She's like hungry for it.
I don't think Farrah's staying for very long.
Yeah. Cool. Comma saying Farrah stays. Right. Should we move on to our see you and tease then?
Yes.
So guys, I feel like there's a few new people here. So write down who you award your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to of this episode. Just like do C equals, U equals, etc. And then don't be bored by this. This is our like key segment. It's like literally
yawning of excitement. Sorry, my Tinder's just buzzing right
now. Right. Charisma.
Valentina.
What, because of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
Because Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually. I can't argue that. I can't think of anyone who's more charismatic. I'm gonna go for no. Oh, about Shay though.
I might be giving her another letter.
I'm gonna give Shay charisma because like the way she killed it and what she said to RuPaul at the end, like you're killing it or whatever this week. I thought she was really funny. I'm giving my charisma to Shay.
I love her.
Okay, uniqueness. It's gonna be difficult this week, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Trinity.
Do you think?
Her outfit. Compared to the others, it was definitely unique in a good way.
I'm gonna give it to Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor.
I'm not. I don't know.
It's difficult to come back to that one.
So wait.
Uniqueness to crutches, David.
Oh my God.
That's for David.
I'm gonna give it to Trinity.
Okay, all right. Nerve. Mine's easy.
Nerve. Oh my God, Alexis.
Easy
for sure.
And like not in a good way.
Not in a good way at all.
Talent.
Shay.
Shit. Now I'm fucked for talent. Yep. Who's I give charisma? Who's do you give charisma to? Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't deserve talent.
No, you give charisma to Shay.
No, who do you give charisma to?
Valentina.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve talent. Shit, I've got myself in a hole now.
You've been there before, dude.
I really have. Oh damn it! I really don't know.
What are you guys saying? megaphone wearing that god awful thing. I was gonna say that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give talent to, I guess, Alexis for the challenge, and I would have given it to because Alexis was really talented in challenge as well. So I think that's fair.
Okay.
Todrick's assistant for talent. That's hilarious. David, nice one. I'm impressed. Yeah, cool. So, Mev, C-Val, you, Sasha, and Nina, T-Shay. Yeah. Why you to Sasha though? I'm interested because I look on the
outfit. I think Sasha was really unique as well.
Yeah, I
agree with that. Yeah.
Why nerve Nina then? Interesting. I definitely agree.
She was very nervous.
I guess no, if that's the reason, you need to change that, Mev. I think I definitely agree with David. Like Todrick's assistant definitely deserves. I think you should get the full CNT treatment. To be honest. He's a real star of the show.
He was everything. He stole the show.
I want him to be like a GIF or a meme or something like that.
Oh my god!
About background wallpaper.
Ghosted.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was so fit as well. What a shame.
Yeah. Any final thoughts for the episode? Anything that happened in any of the events?
As per usual, RuPaul's Drag Race, don't fuck up drag.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
I'm just, I love the episode, but I think my favorite bit was Todrick's assistant complete disappearance after a second of screen time.
Yeah.
And also Nina just turning around.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
Nina's had it. She's had it.
Officially.
Do you know what she had? It.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Too good, real. She was just like wrapped out like a cat on that couch.
The whole Untucked, like not even addressed it. It's like we get it.
She gives me some lols.
Yeah,
like last Untucked, she could not get up with that fucking padding.
Yeah, love you, Nina.
Love you, Nina.
Come to UK. We'll look after you.
We'll suck your dick. What?
Yeah, exactly. We'll treat you right.
We'll treat you right.
Cool. Right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. If you haven't had time to say anything, then say in the comments down below. We'll read it, we'll respond, we get involved.
We do.
So yeah, cheers for watching. Come back next week, similar sort of time. Maybe we'll go for the evening one sometime soon as well, because I feel like I get messages from people in America saying that it's literally doing it like 2 a.m. our time, so do it later. So maybe we'll work that out. I don't know. Need to stop that. But yeah, so stay tuned. But it'll be next Saturday at some point. So come back, get involved, continue chatting in the comments. Spilling all the tea, but no spoilers. And yeah, thanks for watching. And
thank you guys.
See you soon. Bye. Love you guys.